Right, so this is my run through of Expunge Delphi, the Quria kill, without dying. So this is the flawless run. Should be pretty straightforward if you've been doing the runs the other weeks, because the first three sections are basically reprises of sections of the Labyrinth, Styx and Tartarus. So I'm assuming that your glove is fully upgraded, so you can access all the shortcuts, and you've got maximum resistance to the laser defences in here. And I'm going to run through the gear I used, the loadout at the end, because I did this a few times. This is probably attempt number 5 or 6, and I just got bored of doing it at the beginning, so I just thought I'll do it at the end if I make it all the way through. So as ever, this first jumping section, you hit the switch so that you can take the shortcut here. There's no time limit, so apart from this first section when you've obviously got the laser grid coming behind you. So you do need to keep moving pretty much all the way through here. I'm using a Titan and Lion Rampant, which makes this a lot simpler to do, this first jumping section. You can do clear a lot of the ground in a single jump that previously on a Titan at least would have taken me 2. So here you are in the Labyrinth, and you can see that with the corrupted one you can identify where you're jumping to, because they have those defensive wards on. So you can start jumping before they appear. The main danger in this section, I think, is these booping rifts here. I don't even think they have a name, but that's what I tend to die to the most, really, probably more than the combat sections. So there's a separate switch for each of the areas. That's the first one for this area, though you need to switch them all on in order to get the additional platforms and the gravity cannons, which provide shortcuts to appear. As ever, before you start, probably a good idea, see I've done this here, is go to a public event and just hit the banner there to fill up on ammunition, and that's the end of that first section. This switch is here. I ran past this a couple of times when I was first doing this. I don't know if it's worth. I do shoot her with a horde shot there, but I think they respawn anyway, so I'm not sure it's worth stopping to get rid of any of the combatants at the beginning there. So I set up shop behind this little barrier here. We'll get Vex and Taken jumping up here, but we'll get some respite as well. There's Barrier Champion just below here. You don't need to kill him, but I do. And now it's Titan Way. Just punch stuff. Never run out of ammo for your punch. Also, I didn't use it too freely, but don't worry about using heavy, or this bit here. If you do get knocked by that rift, use the melee lunge like that to stop yourself from getting blown off or getting blown into the wall and damaged. So yeah, go around the outside here because you'll take slightly less damage going around the outside, and if you've used the thing to extend the timer, then you've got plenty of time. If you don't, you can run through the middle and take a little bit of damage from the blight there. So you've got to get rid of the blight, as with the normal corrupted version of this, in order to clear the door. I tend to spend quite a lot of time airborne because there's those exploding Vex units there. Quite useful with the taken blight while it's up, because it blocks the blinding attack from the taken knights. Yeah, as I was saying, don't worry about using heavy because there is a rally banner just before you go into the final encounter, so you can be fairly free with your ammo to get rid of the taken barrier quickly. Right, with that gone, I do go a little bit of an ammo run, not really necessary, but no enemies in here, so dunk the ball, and second section finished. Now this is the bit that if you take the tunnel shortcut in Tartarus, you miss out. There is Vex, there's an orange bar at the top there, and an overload champion. I'm not using overload mods here. What I try and do is just tag with a horde for breach and clear, and then hit with my super, which I'm using Thunder Crash. So hit with breach and clear, super, and gone. I still do have that orange bar, so get rid of that. Then I've got enough of the security access buff left here to get rid of the 2 cubes, and then we can walk around to the next area. Again, I go on an ammo run for some reason here, even though I know there's a rally banner just around the corner. Again, there's another overload champion here, so I do exactly the same. I get my super pack from the rally banner, and then once I've got rid of the ads here, the overload ones are so annoying because they just continually regenerate those revenge, whatever they're called. Again, doesn't really matter. Super seems sorts them out. You'll build up your super again. There's plenty of time once you get into the boss room. So that's the end of the third reprise section, and into the boss room. So you'll do most of the damage in the first couple of phases from this platform here. Hit the switch. That's again turns on the gravity cannons in here. The horde goes through shields, but I just mistimed that. So yeah, this wall is handy. If you hug hard up against it, then it protects you from the snipers. You are going to get hit by those harpies that put the little cage around you. There is, oh, there we go, that's the last of the red bars. Yeah, you can see he's got 2 shields, one taken, one normal Vex shield there. You can tell as well when the immune phase is on, because the 2 mini bosses, the shielded mini bosses, come up either side. So I'm going to deal with the taken one first. Right, to chipping with his shield, you have to dunk the ball, so just make your way around the corners. Drop the ball in the where you get the timer refreshed, and then have a check around, see that there's, oh there you go, there's a vacant phalanx. Get rid of it now, because you don't want to be dealing with the boop, the shield boop, while you're trying to fly over there. Get to the second corner, again refresh the timer on the orb, and then you can make your way to the dunking platform. Now you can do damage here. I was considering doing damage here, but there's only that bit where you dunk the ball as cover. So what I've tried to do in the past is, and I have been successful in the past, is try and hit with a Witherhoard shot. As I go over to get breach and clear, miss, miss. And then you can take him down if you have swapped away from your Lion Rampant to Caress the Falling Star. I'd forgotten I hadn't done that, I'll admit. So I was expecting him to be dead. Bit of a panic. Go over here, almost get killed by the gravity cannon. Then run into this corner, because I know there's a bit more cover in this corner. Obviously there's no cover on the platform I started off on there, so you can just chip away from here. Now honestly, I probably should have, now that I realise I haven't got Caress of the Falling Star equipped, when I finish this fight I should have put it on. But there you go, plenty of ammo for the rocket launcher. All the other ads will disappear at that stage. I go on a little bit of an ammo run. Always useful to have as many Witherhoard shots as possible. Don't think there's any heavy, I think all the heavy that I had probably dropped earlier. It was raining heavy at the beginning of this run. I mean, looking there, I probably could have got some cover at that section by shooting the diamond, but that raises cover in sections and lowers it elsewhere. So, finally your choice. Witherhoard goes through. I'm using auto-loading on both my rocket launcher, and obviously Witherhoard has it built in from the catalyst, so that's quite handy. Not sure why I didn't actually make a run. It's probably because I thought there were too many ads there. Okay, but off to the second side, so again shoot the pink or purple crystal to get your orb, then head out. This is why you use Sheltered by the Void and Protective Light for moments like that. So I've dropped the orb on the bit that refreshes the timer. There's no ads in my way here now, so I can make it to the second corner. Refresh the timer. Make it over to you dunk the ball, where I promptly decide, let's give it a go. Let's see if I can do the damage from here after deciding against it last time. So I am lucky with this Witherhoard shot. Normally they try and move away from the Witherhoard shot when you fire it, and I am quite fortunate it gets staggered there, so I can hit him with the rocket launcher. I do realise now that Quria can hit me from this platform and is joining in from the right, so you can see I'm taking damage from Quria shooting there. He's taking plenty of damage, so I think I make the calculation. He's just about to die. So final section, this is where Quria starts sending out the cheese graters. But I did find out that if you stay on this lower platform here and you crouch, they don't hit you. So this final section, I'm looking for the angle here to put breach and clear on. I probably should have dealt with the sniper. I am using Sheltered by the Void again. But once you've got breach and clear on, Super will finish him. Or her. I think probably is a her, isn't she? Anyway, I don't know why robots have gender. Right, that is done. That brings up both the triumph for the run without dying and the solo run without dying. So this was genuinely my first successful attempt.
Let's not uncork every bottle of champagne in the city.
So now that I've actually done it successfully, I'll take you through my loadout. So you can see with a horde, we'll chase for barriers, Kojuelo auto-loading and lasting impression, and then breach and clear, grenade the scavengers, taking charge on the chest with concussive dampener, protective light and anti-barrier, and finally ammo finders, and I'm using the Middle Tree Arc Titan. So we'll take a little bit of concentration. I say this was probably about my 5th or 6th attempt at this. Most of that was either overcommitting in the fights or just getting booped off platforms by those booping rifts. If you can avoid that, then you should be able to do it fairly straightforwardly. And there is the lovely ghost you get as your reward. So I hope you get through it faster than me. Hope you found this useful.